Namaste. Welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. Good to have you with us. Welcome wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome. Okay, Vancouver Island. Good to have you here. Vancouver. Namaste, yes, namaste. Lots of namastes this morning. Sunny Ontario. Well, it's kind of overcast and a little foggy this morning here, but it'll burn off, I'm sure. Bridgeport, Connecticut, Napa Valley. Welcome. Hello. Orange County. The Austrian Alps. That sounds beautiful. California, Hong Kong. Welcome. Island. Spreading positivity and happiness. Good. Nashville, Tennessee. It's a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day. India, welcome. Argentina, South Yorkshire, Portugal, Germany, Richmond, Virginia. Guten Tag from Germany. Okay, Vail, Colorado. Nashville, Tennessee. Nigeria. Argentina, South Africa. Germantown, Tennessee. Bermuda. Arizona. Angola, welcome. Florida, Kansas City. Indonesia is with us, thank you. Good. Ecuador. All right, India again, welcome. Portland, Oregon. Maui. From Spain. New York. Worms in Germany, welcome. Mexico. Tucson, Sweden. Queens, New York, Uruguay. Gosh. All right. Texas, France, welcome. Italy, Ecuador again. Connecticut, Bronx, New York, Los Angeles, Uruguay. Okay, San Diego, good. All right, Arizona, Russia, welcome. New York. All right, let's get rolling here. So our topic today is infinite silence. All right, I'll break the silence just for you. Yes. So infinite silence, that's really the foundation of everything. So here's a couple of quotes. This is an interesting one. This says, "I have called for God, but I haven't learned to call soft enough." I've called for God, but I haven't learned to call soft enough, because God, of course, is in the silence. And this is another one. This is from the Yoga Vasishta. It says, "Knowers of truth shall have a still mind and are in a state of equilibrium. They live their lives here playfully. They behold the inner light here at all the time, even though they seem to be engaged in diverse actions." So what's that telling us is that the knowers of truth, the enlightened ones, are always in that state of inner silence. They're always connected. It's like having one foot in activity and one foot in the silence. That's really what our spiritual journey is taking us to, so we can enjoy all of this. And as it says, live their lives playfully, but they're always, even though they seem to be involved in all this activity, they're really grounded in that inner stillness, that inner silence, and that's really where we want to be. Yeah, it's fun to enjoy the world. I mean, it's here for us to play in, or supposedly to play in, but we take it seriously and get into all these challenges and things like that. but keep yourself grounded. Stay within that inner silence, and that's what's so important. So remind yourself, I am inner silence. I am inner silence. That field of silence that's deep within, and that's where, of course, we go in our meditation. We slip between the thoughts because we're having all these thoughts all the time, but between every thought there is a little space, and that space is silent. It has to be silent. If it wasn't silent, would be the next thought. So that space is silent. So we have to slow down the thinking process, slow it down, and then spend a little more time in between the thoughts and a little less time in the thoughts, and then we can enjoy that silence. And as we do that, then that becomes our practice, that becomes our reality, that we bring more of that into our life, that inner silence, along with this diverse activity. So inner silence doesn't mean to say we have to go away and live in a cave or an ashram or a monastery or somewhere like that and shut ourselves off and not speak anymore. No, it means we live our lives, but we live from that level of groundedness, inner silence. We always have that silence with us, no matter what we do. There's that what's that other phrase? Something about finding the hermit within, and then nothing can affect your life if we live our lives from that. So we don't have to go away and be a hermit, but we just have to have that inner sense of being that hermit, that silence. Okay, so we bring that silence into our lives and live our lives from that level of silence. So why don't we go into the silence now, and we'll use the great mantra Om. Om. Om is that first impulse, when when pure consciousness, which is the field of infinite silence, first decided to manifest into all this creation. That first impulse was the sound Om, and then the Om diversified into all the other sounds and all the other things in the universe in which we live. But when we chant Om, then we go back to that primordial level. Om is the original primordial sound, and we slip beyond that into the silence. So we'll use Om as our mantra. It's a beautiful mantra. Let's close our eyes. Take a few breaths. See if you can turn off the noise and the activity for just a few minutes. Allowing your body to settle. Allowing your mind to settle. Just letting go of all of those thoughts, and just for a few minutes at least. Just silently, effortlessly, repeating the mantra Om, Om, Om. Just following the vibration of Om back to its source, back to its inner source of infinite silence. Om, Om, Om. Just forgetting all the cares, all the challenges, all the stuff that we get involved in, letting it go. Just moving into the silence. Om, Om, Om. I'll watch the time. Still with your eyes closed, please stop repeating the mantra, just resting easily in the silence. Just resting in the silence of who you really are. This is who we are, infinite silence, infinite possibilities. Just rest in your essential state. I'll chant the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, the Vedic mantra for health and longevity. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukhandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityamukshi Amamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And let's together send love, light, blessings out to the whole world, unconditionally, sending it to everyone, everywhere, and everything. Not just humans, the animals, the birds, the fishes, the plants, the trees. Love, light to this whole planet Earth. If you need some extra support today, please accept this. We'll finish with our 4 intentions for living a happy, healthy, harmonious life. Just repeating them silently after me. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert, peace-filled mind. Lightness of being. Let's begin to deepen our breathing, gently easing ourselves into activity, moving, stretching the body. When you're ready, please open your eyes gently. Namaste. Excuse me. Namaste. Too much silence. I find that, when I've spent periods in silence, like a week or 2 weeks or something like that, when you come out of silence and want to talk, nothing happens. I actually, I met a man, a yogi in India a few years ago. I was at a festival and with my ashram, and this yogi came and, visited our camp, and he'd been living in the caves in the Himalayas, and he'd taken a vow of silence for 12 years. So for 12 years he hadn't spoken, and now he'd come down to this festival, and now he was going to, sort of start speaking again. But poor fellow, when he tried to speak, nothing happened. So he was it was kind of, I don't know whether it was sad or amusing, but he didn't seem to mind too much. He thought it was funny. So, but he had this little whisper. That was all it was, because everything had been so used to being in silence. So, but a little bit of silence is good. So, take some silence in your life, and it doesn't have to be long periods. It can just be that you say, okay, this morning I'm not going to speak from the time I wake up until, noon or something like that, whatever it might be. And then once in a while, maybe take the whole day and just, be in silence. And sometimes it's not speaking, but, other times it's not, not looking at your emails or, your all that sort of stuff, your Facebook accounts and what have you, and just being within and spend that time within. As they say, silence is God's language. When we're in silence, that's when we listen, and that's when God speaks to us, the divine whispers to us. So enjoy some silence in your life, and then live that silence in your activity wherever you go. Just have that silence, that stillness deep within you. Okay, so have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay well, stay safe, look after yourself, look after those around you. Love and blessings to all of you. Namaste.